So when you're in conversation, I would say every conversation, and I would say especially every conscious conversation, every contribution you make, which quite simply means every verbal response that you give, or every neurolinguistic, physical, body language response that you give, is a contribution. It's the outpicturing of your consciousness. So to be fully expressed on every level of your being means that you have a thought, a perspective, a purview that you give voice to as a contribution. You have emotions and feelings. And therein lies our conversation about authenticity. Yeah, we have to do that right now. Authenticity, I think that we touched on it last time, but now's the time to expand. Mm-hmm. What we do as, humans is that we feel a certain way, but we sometimes discredit, diminish, deny the feeling because we override it, we squelch it, stomp it, stash it, because we feel that we shouldn't feel that way. We're not entitled to feel that way. It's not a good look on us to feel that way. And so we not only don't express the way we feel, we deny the way we feel even to ourselves. And you cannot keep secrets from the universe. That is an energy that exists within you that will manifest in some way at some point. As a matter of fact, I would suggest that that's the emotional root cause of disease, diagnosis, injury, illness. The longer and the more you deny your feelings, which are always telling you the truth, the bigger the blow is going to be. When the circuit trips, I'll call it like that. So authenticity. Oh yeah, what we do as humans is we feel a certain way, and instead of us, I'm going to call it simply caring about how we feel, honoring our truth, and even not only honoring it, not only connecting to it and honoring it, but coming from love and feeling safe to say. Because now you get into things like, oh no, I say everything, but do you say it combatively? Do you say it defensively? Are you uncomfortable with confrontation? These are more indications of a block here, a block there in the flow of that energy. An overactivity, maybe you're aggressive, overly confrontational or combative. Maybe you will never give voice to your feelings, underactive in that chakra. So what I'm saying is, can you connect to your truth? And with all the balance of your heart, can you come from that vulnerable love and feel safe to say? And that is your authenticity. And when we get away from our authenticity, when we come into inauthenticity, it's when we're denying the truth of that feeling and pretending that we don't feel it, not honoring it, not expressing it. We're not being authentic to our truth. So when I'm talking about all of these chakras being fully expressed, being fully expressed through robustly balanced and flowing chakras, it means that you are connected to your most authentic truth, and they're all in balance. The energies are in balance, and you can come from love and feel safe to say without being defensive, without being...
If they're not in balance, talk about if they're not in balance.
Well, it's the things I was just talking about. It can present as being aggressive or defensive or in denial, or, any of those imbalances of anything other than because remember, this is beautiful. It starts within you. It's a self-cultivation thing. And if only you care about your feelings enough. And remember when you asked me what was the best advice I had ever received? Now I can kind of talk about why. I told you that some of the best advice I had ever received was from someone, a mutual friend, who said, please, he said, please make every single decision, no matter how big or how small, from what you have to breakfast to who you choose to love in your life, make every single decision as if you loved yourself deeply and completely. And I'm going to suggest that that is If there was a one-liner in this conversation, that probably was it. Because when you are caring about how you feel, loving yourself enough to connect to your truth and come from love and feel comfortable and safe to be able to say it, because, okay, here's the throat and the second chakra. Here's another answer for it. Because honesty is, I like to say, honesty is the deepest form of intimacy.
Yes.
And now we're looping back to multiple chakras, because people, okay, let's talk about why people don't feel that they can be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And that does not just mean what is the true source of a lie being told, but it also means something in a relationship is just not okay with you, but you just don't say. That's another form of dishonesty. Dishonesty to yourself, by the way, first and foremost. So if only you care about how you feel enough to be able to be comfortable, to connect to the truth, and instead of saying, I shouldn't feel that way, I shouldn't say anything, to connect to the truth, but in the balance of energies come from love, not from, overreacting, being aggressive, defensive, and
Right.
feeling safe to say, because when people lie, it's because they are afraid they're going to lose something. If I tell the truth, I will lose something. And whether it's something that they perceive of as stability or security, or whether it's this person will no longer love me, this person will no longer like me, what this person might think that about me. Behind every lie is a fear.